Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. My name's Rory Powers with Right Line Trading. Market just opened, and this broadcast is for demonstration and educational purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. Okay, and we're off. It looks like our NQ 2-minute one-day pass, as far as ODPs, one-day passes are concerned, the 2-minute on the NASDAQ on my computer has just been crushing it. Let me see if I can take a look for this month, August 1st to the 9th. Our one-day pass templates are prop trading templates. They're specifically for passing the evals. And the percentage profitable for the month of August on the NQ 2-minute is just under 50%. Just under 50% profitable rate, which is really great for the ODP. Hey, good morning, Steve. It's telling me to sign in to chat. Let me see if I'm able to do it. Oh, don't think so. Shoot. Just close it. Docs menu. Oh, no. Let me just check the chat because it's giving me a message. Okay. The AI Auto Trader, if this is your first day following us, is a automated set of automated strategies, really a diversified portfolio of strategies that once enabled will execute and manage the trades for you on the NinjaTrader 8 platform. Today we're going to be running the futures index equities along with crude oil and gold. And we've got some really powerful new updates that we're currently integrating into the system that I'm going to be discussing in greater detail today at 2 o'clock. We're going to do a live training today. I'm going to put a link in the room if anybody wants to join us. I think my chat might be disabled. But what I wanted to mention is what we're automating we're automating the trading session, the strategy trading sessions, and it goes a little deeper than just that. What the system is going to automatically be able to do is enable and disable the strategies when historically they perform the best. Days of the week, time optimizations, hours of the day, and it's going to be able to trade the instruments that historically perform the best on certain days and certain times. And if it doesn't perform well, it won't enable it. The drone is going to be running in the background at all times, telling the bot when to enable your strategies. So the hard part up until now has been trying to determine which one of the strategies to put in a live account. Well, this new update is going to eliminate the guesswork. It's going to do it for us automatically, and it's all of the decisions are made based on the data. I'm seeing if Stephen catches on today. Stephen is a very aggressive strategy that we've developed that either does extremely well or it doesn't do that good at all, and it's not worth trading for that session. Um, we only let it take a small drawdown and stop trading. Um, but when it gets hot and it's on a winning day, we let it run up the score. So this could be one of the days um, that it does well. So I'm going to keep a close eye on Stephen today. I like the way the market is moving for that strategy. It's a really nice environment. Yeah, I'm going to have a problem with chat. I could see there are some. It's in my window. Testing, testing, and it's back in short. I might be able to go directly to YouTube and be able to see the chat. Let me try it. Hey, good morning, Steve. Hey, good morning, Steve. Hey, good morning, Steve. Okay, thanks, Robert. And on the bottom right here on this 30 range, I'm testing the smart stop, which is up to 1470, which would really have been my profit goal by a long shot. I like to be super conservative. If one of the strategies hits its profit goal, I'll stop trading it. I'll disable that strategy. Yeah, that's too much risk. When we're that close to the profit target, we don't want it to come all the way back. Boom, it put us in our profit window, and that Sim Smart Stop now is up to 1725.
Order submitted.
The cash register scored a nice
Order
reversal
submitted.
to the long side.
Order submitted.
Good morning, Robert.
Order submitted.
Robert has a couple of versions of Steven that he's optimized that kick in at about 10 o'clock, if I remember correctly.
Order submitted.
I got
Order
blocked.
submitted.
Not sure what you mean by that, Steve.
Order submitted.
We've got a number of strategies doing really well today, I see. The ES, the YM, crude oil, uh, the NQ.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Here comes another reversal. A bounce right off the VWAP on the ES 5-minute.
Order submitted.
Looking at the 2-minute from overnight.
Order submitted.
Went up, back down. Now it's retracing. A lot of volatility. I'll tell you, this week has been, woof. It's been a whirlwind.
Order submitted.
What did I get blocked from, Steve? You got my curiosity now. Here we go with the 2-minute. The retirement plan is in. The ES is about to go short.
Order submitted.
Got wicked out.
Order submitted.
This type of environment
Submitted.
is really geared for our signal A entries. I see on my leaderboard they're all signal A's, which are great for volatile markets. Retirement plan is trying to get back in on this reversal.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
No, Mike, your computer doesn't have to. You don't have to change the time on your computer. Sergio, our developer, hard coded it to where it will always trade New York time in those on just for the strategy. For the AI Auto Trader strategy templates, they're hard coded for New York time, regardless of where you are in the world. So you don't have to change your computer's clock.
Order submitted.
It's always good to have it set to atomic time, I've learned. But it's fine to if it's in your local area time zone. Here goes our 2 minute again on the NASDAQ. Our retirement plan scored a nice one.
Order submitted.
Boy, this is a treacherous market so far. I'm just kind of sitting on my hands. And these conditions that we've seen this week are anything but normal. With the huge sell-off
Order submitted.
and the volatility that comes with it.
Order submitted.
Zulu time. Come on, Steven. Love to see that strategy get some traction. What I've done is I've got a trade copier that I can quickly put
Order submitted.
one of our hottest strategies right onto my Apex and do a copy. I've got the 2 minute set up here. I've got the 30 range set up here. And I've got Kim, which is a variation of Steven that Robert is optimized. That's giving me the best results starting at 10 o'clock. So with the click of a mouse, I can time it. I can time exactly when I want to go live on my live account. I can also do multiple counts simultaneously with that trade copier. I know, Mike, you use Replicanto. This is a just another vendor who does a trade copier.
Order submitted.
Boy, this one could go. This one could go all the way. We've got our 2 minute in, our 30 range now in agreement to the downside. So we have a multi-time frame alignment on the NASDAQ to head short. And those are powerful signals.
Order submitted.
Got a little bit of a retracement. Right back to the 50. Let's see if it rolls back down. Yep, some tremendous volatility. The YM, let me tell you, we're going to be releasing a brand new strategy. It's on the ES. It runs on a 6 Unarenko. And man, is that just been crushing it for a month. We've been running it 24/7. And that'll be in this evening's update. We post every week. Every Friday, we post updates in our Discord chat community. And we've got some big ones headed your way. And I'm going to highlight those today in the webinar. I'm also going to be discussing the new pattern recognition that we're integrating into the system and the dynamic trading session optimizations.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Our goal is that you'll be able to put the full diversified portfolio into one account, and the system will just trade the hottest instruments, and it won't trade the losing ones, and it'll do it dynamically. That, along with the pattern recognition, is we're taking some really huge steps into furthering the technology of the AI auto trader. So today's webinar will be a good one. I'm going to be going live at 2 o'clock. So 10 o'clock at 10 a.m. Eastern, we're going to go live with Robert's optimization, which is also available in the members area.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Let me tell you, the Dow has been crushing it. The Dow is right there. It's doing better this month than the Nasdaq strategies. Okay, today at 2 o'clock. They call these AI agents. AI agents. That's what we're putting into place. That dynamically optimizes the trading hours, trading days.
Order submitted.
And it's a machine learning optimization. Ongoing optimization. Okay, here's the link. Let me put it on a notepad, excuse me. Come join us today at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Yeah, I like the move Stephen is getting. Stephen's up at 435.
Order submitted.
And the strategy that Robert has optimized, it's in an account called Kim, K-I-M. Had a really good conversation with Kim F. yesterday. It's one of our members. And I owe Kim some data I have on my notes.
Order submitted.
We're going to go back and see historically which ODPs are the best.
Order submitted.
I was talking to Charles. What what I've witnessed and from what I've learned is that large institutions, do what they call sector rotation. They want to get into instruments where risk is at its lowest. If they feel risk is elevated on a certain ticker or instrument, they're going to rotate their equity into something that has less risk.
Order submitted.
And that sector rotation, it changes. One week they might be rotating their money into energy, crude oil, and precious metals, or they might be rotating into tech. So what this system does is we set up a drone, what we call a drone, which is like a bot that looks at the range of the market, and it looks at a number of other metrics. And it feeds the bot the information in a database that it shares on your computer. So with the new automated dynamic trading sessions, it's going to be following that sector rotation. When it sees that right now, hey, they're pushing money into the Dow, all of a sudden, boom, it's only going to trade the Dow because it's going to jump in on the best moving markets, the ones that are making the most money, and it's going to turn off the ones that are not. So join us today at 2. We're going to be discussing the new dynamic trading sessions.
Order submitted.
If there's certain days of the week that just don't perform well, it's not going to trade. We've got to get rid of our losers. The system up until now has been doing a great job getting into winners, but now it's time to really hone in on the losers and filter those out. We just want to get in. You see, every day I have my leaderboard that has all of these green winning strategies. Well, this new automation is going to dynamically shift you into the best strategies automatically. So we're really looking forward to this new update. With the pattern recognition, we can give the trades more room. If you could see here on my NQ chart now that we've given this trade a lot of room now. With this volatility, it's very easy to get wicked out of these trades. So it gives it some nice room to mature with our pattern recognition. And it likes this trade to go long now, come right back up into our profit target. Okay, it's 10 a.m. Let's go to Kim. Let's see how Kim does. I'm gonna trade Kim on an Apex account. So I'm gonna turn on Kim, and hopefully we'll let the good times roll.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Wow.
Order submitted.
We went from plus 17 or 1800 to minus 1300 very quickly.
Order submitted.
Be really careful. It's kind of treacherous today.
Order submitted.
Okay, Kim is in.
Order submitted.
Keep an eye on
Order
my
submitted.
trade copier here.
Order submitted.
Took a $35 loss on that.
Order submitted. 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 Order submitted.
Hey, Gary. The upgrade? Not this Friday. We're shooting for next Friday, Gary. If you were with us yesterday, Mark had a little I don't want to call it well, yeah, I'll call it a glitch. Sergio spent the majority of the day yesterday looking at what had happened yesterday. Mark was trading the one of the automated strategies on a trade copier and got a loose kind of a ghost order. So we don't want to put anything out that's going to have any type of chance to have ghost orders. That's a huge problem. So, after he looked at it for most of the day, it's like a 1 in a million thing that happened, from my understanding.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay, 375 on Kim. So initially we were going to try to release the pattern recognition today, but we're going to wait until next Friday to do it. And we're hopefully on the same day with pattern recognition next Friday. Hopefully we'll also be able to do the automated dynamic trading sessions, which I believe to be a really great solution to, I think, fielding most of the phone calls here. What I've been hearing is, how do we know which one to trade? So we're automating that. So there'll really be no discretion left. It's all going to be data driven, and it's going to trade automatically our leaders. It's going to automatically trade our leaders. It's deciding which one to go with, Rao or Kim. Those are both Robert's optimizations, and I chose Kim. Kim is plus 375. Rao is plus 700.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Yeah, Charles' addition to our team has really been a godsend because what it does is it frees Sergio up. Sergio's just an incredible developer. And he was taking half of his day every day to do tech support, where Charles now has filled that time for Sergio and given him full time to do updates and to make the system even more powerful. So let's pivot away from this smart stop. That's a work in progress. Let's take a look at RAW. That's the other version of Stephen that was optimized and shared by Robert. It goes from 10 to 1026, if I remember correctly. So we're about 6 minutes after 10. RAW may have hit the session limit. It did. So RAW hit the target. Robert, through his optimization process, found that once it makes 700 to stop trading it. You can always level up and trade more than one contract. This strategy is trading one E-mini contract on the NASDAQ. Absolutely, Scott.
Order submitted.
If you'd like, I'll open them up and I'll show you the inputs at 1026, right when the well, I could show you RAW now. One runs on a 7 Unorenco instead of an 8. The other one runs on a 30-second bar. So it's not leveraging Unorenco at all. It's leveraging a 30-second bar. I'll tell you, for Friday to be up 375, I'm really tempted to just call it a day. But I'm going to take one more trade. See if we can get a pullback and go. Here's our pullback.
Order submitted.
Here's our go. Didn't get in.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Oh, here we go. Going to try to get short.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Ouch.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Nice, nice. Go ahead, Kim. Get it.
Order
Go all the way. Nice one. Keep going. Don't stop now.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
That put me right at back to 370.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
So Scott, I'm going to open up the inputs of RAL first. If you're there, if you want to take a screenshot, I'll take a screenshot also, and we'll put them into Discord. I thought they were already there. Let me check the Discord real quick. Under strategy collaboration. Nope. Okay, let's do it now. RAL. Okay, let's get it, Stephen.
Order submitted.
This is the 7U. Stephen 7U.
Order submitted. Order submitted. Order submitted.
Okay. Now these strategies, now the market seems to be headed up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the Discord, and I'm going to share those inputs under strategy collaboration. Okay, so they're all going to be in Discord under the strategy collaboration here. Wanted to show you this other strategy as well. This Unarenko, 6 Unarenko. Miller, Mohit.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
This is the equity curve here. This is the ES on the 6U. It's a signal C
Order
entry,
submitted.
and you can see the equity curve. This is on a daily, so it's not really. It's on a giving.
Order submitted.
No, this is a weekly. These data points are weekly. So this is from July 1st to August 9th. So just under a month and a half of data on this. And it wasn't time optimized. It's just been running, nonstop. So we do have times of the day to take out that will even increase this equity curve and make it even better. But for a month and a half of data, running this ES6U strategy has been extremely profitable. And we're right back in with Kim. Kim's up to 565 now. That's the next strategy that I'll share in the Discord. What I've seen from historically, I know it has a second session in the afternoon, but this 10 o'clock to 10:26 window has been the best. 10 to 10:26 on both Kim and Rao
Order submitted.
have been the optimal times. It's almost at its profit goal. I think if it got to 700, it would stop,
Order
if I remember correctly. But there's absolutely nothing to stop you from stopping like I did. I took my 375, and I'm happy for a Friday afternoon with this week with the volatility that we've been seeing in the market. On Wednesday, I made a big mistake. I was up 600-700. I should have stopped, and I kept going. So today, I won't let it happen. Yeah, Dan, if you re-download the zip file, the AI Auto Trader zip file, re-download it, import it,
Order submitted.
and then you can use the tool to reload all the strategies, and Steven will be part of that. Now, these ones that I'm showing you today with these optimizations that Robert made, I don't believe that they are in there. I could be wrong. But I am going to share them with the community today. And this afternoon, we're going to release that ES6U.
Order submitted.
Rao is maxed out at 700. Kim is stuttering, now down 500. So one more losing trade by Kim, and she's done. She was up 500 at one point. I stopped when I was up 370.
Order submitted.
Let's see what happens. This is a make or break trade for Kim. She's in trouble. the game, though.
submitted. Order submitted.
She needs one.
Order submitted.
Not going to get there.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Steven's still in the game.
Order submitted.
Certainly has been a crazy week trading this week.
Order submitted.
Very treacherous.
Order submitted.
The 2 minutes hanging tough on the NQ. And you can see our 5-minute.
Order submitted.
Here it is.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Retirement plans right back in. Went to break even plus 11.
Order submitted.
And that was a $55 winner. Right back in. Now there is a setting within the strategy that puts a pause between trades, which I like to use.
Order submitted.
We've got a really great risk to reward ratio, so we can afford to pull in a loser or two. But sooner or later we need to hit a home run.
Order submitted.
Getting chopped up on the 2-minute. It's hanging around though. It's only down 165. A lot of buying pressure.
Order submitted.
So we're going to stay right through to the crude oil, the 11 o'clock half hour. Let's take a look this month at the ODPs. Now, from my understanding of meeting with the team, the gold ODP is doing far better than what my computer is going to show. They run it at, I think the hours, there's one that trades at 3 or 4 in the morning and one at 6. I haven't been getting those. But you could see my crude oil is up about $5,000 with the winning percentage of, or I should say a profitable percentage of 50%. So 50% odds, pass or fail. That's really great. Let's go to the ES. ES is not made out nearly as well, with a 5.26% profitable. Gold, now these guys on their gold is crushing it. Mine, I haven't taken many trades. I'm 33%. But we met as a team yesterday, and Sergio and Mark trading those other trading sessions have been crushing it on the 50,000 one-day pass on gold. The NQ 30 range, 27%, about 1 out of 4. The NQ 2 minute, 47%. Very good. Very good. So crude oil and the NQ 2 minute are running right around 50%. NQ 2 minutes been red hot. When does it do it? It gets all of its winning trades at 8:30 to 9. $12,576 in profits between 8:30 and 9.
Order submitted.
The profits between 9 and 9 to 10, might as well eliminate that for now and just trade it at 8:30. That's where all my profits are. I mean, this is the information that this new AI agent is going to do automatically. It's going to know this data, and it's going to automatically trade that half hour for you. A good plan also, if you see something like this where it's making that kind of money, is duplicate the strategy and just scale it down some. Don't trade 10 contracts. That's, unless you have a really large account. Put it down to 1 contract or 2 and just trade it 8:30 to 9. That's a lot of money it's making in that half hour. I think it has to do with the news reports. Usually those big news reports, those economic news, they come out at 8:30. And it causes a huge reversal sometimes that the system jumps into. Let's look at the RTY. The RTY on my summary is at 33%. So not nearly as good as crude oil or the 2-minute retirement plan, NASDAQ. And last but certainly not least, the YM's been doing pretty good. We're at 40% on the YM. Excuse me.
Order submitted.
Most of my winners are coming at 9:30. So those are the ODPs for the month. This Dow is surprisingly, I shouldn't say surprisingly, but the Dow is greatly improved.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
This is my YM signal B.
Order
I'm showing
submitted.
data from July 15th to August 8th. The signal B drone between 9 and 10. If we look at a summary,
Order
we're up
submitted.
just under $2,000 trading one contract on the drone. But that's some really nice profits in that first hour from 9 to 10. If I add in the bot, it goes down a little bit. 9:30 on the bot, terrible.
Order submitted.
This is my Stevens strategy.
Order submitted.
At 10 o'clock, remember Robert, who's a member of our community and also a really, I would consider him an expert at strategy optimization. When he optimized it through the strategy analyzer of NinjaTrader, he found between 10 and 10:26 to be the peak time to trade the strategy, and forward testing it, um, it confirms his back testing on a live market between 10 and 10:30. Steven
Order submitted.
does extremely well.
Submitted.
Net profit almost $4,000 between July 15th and August 8th. So NinjaTrader has an extremely powerful tool in the trade performance. And the more data that we accumulate in our database, as we integrate these new AI agents and AI technology, that data that we've accumulated becomes very powerful information because it could process a ton of data in milliseconds. It's incredible how powerful it is.
Order submitted.
So with this new optimization, with this new AI agent, it's going to hone in on this half hour on Steven. I guarantee it. That's exactly what it's designed to do. is automatically assess this
Order
data,
submitted.
and we can have the look back as far back as we want. So Stephen, between 10 and 10:30. Robert also has a second session that goes into the afternoon. I know Sergio likes to run them 24/7, so I'm sure he has a lot of data on that too. My Smart Stop 2, the pattern recognition. Um, we've got a really nice window of opportunity here, starting at about 10 o'clock to about 2 o'clock, that it does well. And these other hours, pre-market,
Order submitted. Order
not
submitted.
so well.
Order submitted.
This is a big half hour here for the Russell. The Russell signal B at 10 o'clock. Here we go. Here's one of my favorite strategies. Just broke below the VWAP. Let's see if we can get this cash register. As much as I hate to see the market go down, I look at my retirement plan, I'm getting indigestion. We were doing so good. Wow. It's amazing how fast things go south, isn't it? I was looking at my 401k, all proud, thinking the guy's doing a great job, and then the last week it just right down the toilet bowl very quickly.
Order submitted.
What's really got us most excited is the new strategy coming out today. We haven't seen one
Order submitted.
be able to have such a beautiful equity curve with the consistency that it trades. Um, this is our NQ30 range. This is our haymaker. You could see these times here are going to be eliminated. We got to get rid of that. But 11 to 1 on the haymaker on the signal B. Historically, we've got really good data that backs up trading during those periods of time. So the new update will automatically and dynamically. When I say dynamically, I mean without the user's input, without the trader's input, without having to go in and adjust it yourself. It's going to automatically eliminate these times and kick in when it's green. This is from July 15th to August 8th. Let's see the signal A. The signal A it likes the first hour. A loves the volatility, the big swings up and down. B likes a trending market. So early, our signal A does well. So our system will automatically kick in and trade the signal A between 9:30 and 10:30, and then transition over to the signal B and trade it from 11 to 1. Here's my gold signal B. Gold, 7:30 to 8:30, good hour, and then 10 to 11, a good hour. And within our strategy parameters, we can do those session breaks. If I go to my strategy on gold, what I can do is I can do 2 sessions. I could do a start time. And now, listen, with this new update, it's going to do this automatically. But and that was really our thinking from the start, is when we did these additional trading hours, it gives the software the ability to add a second session and eliminate these 3 big bars. So it would go from 7:30 to 8:30. And then we would add a second trading session from 10 to 11. And it would only trade during those times of the day that it does the best. We can also look at the days of the week, which is another metric it's going to look at. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If it picks up a day out of the week that it just doesn't do well, it's going to eliminate it. Here's a signal A.
Order submitted.
The signal A on gold. You could see that there's a lot of times that we need to eliminate.
Order submitted.
Let's go back to the half hour of the day. Here's the half hour of the day. What's got everybody very excited is I haven't traded this 24/7 like Mark and Sergio have, but there's times out of the day here that this strategy is putting up incredible numbers. This is our 6U on the ES. Bouncing right back to the VWAP, which is trouble for the ES. Friday afternoons, from my experience, are really difficult. ES signal B. You guys have heard me talk about the signal B. 10:30 it starts to kick in, and then 11 it really kicks in. Right now it's on a signal A. If I go to the signal A, 10:30 as well. The bot's doing terrible. The signal A on the ES has not been a great performer the last 30 days. And then last but not least, we have crude oil. Crude oil has one good hour between 8 and 9 on the signal B. On the signal A, it's hit or miss. You can see my crude oil signal B has this huge candle here. But if I go to the signal A, which is one of the strategies, is the 1 day pass, And we have that huge green candle at 11. I really like trading crude oil right at 11. For some reason, it gets really nice reversals. The 1 day pass is a signal A entry, which is a reversal. So that's kind of the lowdown. The YM, let's see which YM strategy it is. It's the signal AYM, the drone. Is up 225 today. Row is having a really good. I've seen it hit my profit target at least 3 times this week. That's the one that I need to share. I shared Kim. I'm going to share Row with our community today as well. Let's look at it this week.
Order submitted.
This is Row this week.
Order submitted.
It has a huge candle between 10 and 10:30. That's when I traded this strategy today. Between 10 and 10:30, I was able to make about $375 on the Apex account, and then I cut it off.
Order submitted.
This week it's made $11.29 between 10 and 10:30. All right, let's see. We got crude oil. Oh, look at a retirement plan. Came back. That's what's great about that strategy. It pulls in losers. There's no doubt. But sooner or later, it's going to hit.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
And next week, I just wanted to mention that I'm not going to be around in the beginning of the week. My wife and I are headed to Fort Myers Beach for a long weekend. This is a long weekend we've had planned for a few months, and got kind of nervous with Tropical Storm Debbie. We thought that it was going to, spoil our plans, but the hotel called yesterday, said everything was good. Everything was kosher. So we're headed for a long weekend. So that means next week, God willing, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it'll be Miller time. We're going to be leaving tomorrow early afternoon. So I'll be around till tomorrow early afternoon. But then I'll be gone until Thursday. Hey, Michael. The update on the pattern recognition we're looking at next Friday. The big update, and I call it the big update because it pulls in everything that we've been working towards. I always say in my webinars that a majority of the company's resources, time and money, is to develop this AI auto trader. And what our end goal is for the system to eliminate all discretion whatsoever, dynamically change as market conditions change,
Order submitted.
and select the instruments that are being influenced by institutional money during the best times of the day, to trade only those instruments at those times of the day, without the trader's input at all. It's going to do all the thinking for you. So the big update, Michael, where it has the AI agents working, I'd rather say it's going to be longer than what I think it'll actually be. So I'm going to say 30 days for that part, but it'll probably be sooner than that. I spoke with Sergio this morning, and he's already got testing it, so which means he's already got it developed, which is a really good sign. But the pattern recognition, that one would have been this Friday, except for what happened yesterday with Mark having that loose order. We don't want to release anything that does that. This was an absolute perfect entry on the 2-minute. Those are my favorite ones. When you go long in the 15 and the 50 are just crossing, the 15 crossing the 50, and both green. That's really not a counter trend trade. I prefer those entries any day of the week. Let's see the 1-day pass. This morning it hit the... Let's see the entries that it took on the 1-day pass. Here it is, right here. A complete counter trend trade. I've seen them both do well. It's really oversold. Let's look at this a little closer. So you see it's way off the 50. In our strategy parameters, we have an input called the MA diff, which is one of our conditions or filters. And if the MA diff, if it's overextended, it won't take a trend trade. But we've been thinking about using the MA diff to only trigger a counter trend trade if it's above a certain distance. So if the market's completely oversold, and it's a standard deviation or maybe even 2 standard deviations below the mean, then it will fire a counter trend trade and get the retracement. But we don't want to interfere with anything that Sergio's doing now, because where we're headed with the dynamic trading sessions that shifts you into the winning strategies dynamically is going to be great. So that was the 1-day pass. It took a reversal. Took a second trade here. It actually took 2 entries today. No, I'm sorry. It took 1. And you could see to make $2,870, it wasn't a big move. I don't know if you could see my entries, but this little blue arrow, it took the long, and then it went right up to this little pink arrow. Got in within our profit window, it appears. Oh, it hit my long profit target. It should be over 3,000 though. So it wasn't a huge move, but it got the job done. Our retirement plan's up 335. Okay, let's see if we can get a crude trade to end the session. I'm going to close a little early because I have today's webinar at 2, and I want to be able to show you more information on the dynamic trading sessions and the pattern recognition. Pretty choppy overnight. I could get a big bounce right off of this area of resistance. Retrace back down to the 50. Oh, I didn't read what Steven said. Yes, Steven has been. Wow. Great job, Steven. Yeah, I don't know about this one. This one's almost like watching paint dry.
Order submitted.
Ooh, that ES short. That's a tough one.
Order submitted.
That one we're trying to catch a reversal on. But this market looks like it wants to push up today. All the index equities are up very small overall. The Dow, Russell, no, I'm sorry, the Dow, the E-mini, the Dow, the S&P 500, and the NASDAQ 100 are up very small on the day. And the Russell's down. Looks like crude oil broke through. And it's pushing higher.
Order submitted.
Our 50,000 PA account was in a trade. Crude oil is long. On black gold. That's a beautiful trade there. When the pattern recognition gets released next week, also part of that update, now that I remember, um, you know how I always like to right click on my stop, and what I'll do is I'll attach it to the modified fast and make it a momentum based trailing stop. That's actually going to be in the next update as well. You're not going to have to go through those steps. You'll be able to, and in the condition, I think I actually have it. No, I don't have it yet. There's gonna be a Smart Stop 3, which is gonna be the momentum based trailing stop. Smart Stop 3, Smart Stop 2 and 3 will be released next week. Smart Stop 2 is the pattern recognition. We're going to be using the engulfing, and if we find others, we're going to use those as well. And the trend strength,
Order submitted.
we'll be able to gauge how sensitive we want it. And then Smart Stop 3 is going to be I must have two strategies on black gold. Okay, maybe our 1 day pass just got in. It did. So here we go. Here's our 1 day pass, the ODP. We need this bounce off of resistance. There's a pretty good entry. I would even put my stop a little above there. And this is a strategy to pass your evaluations. And we've defined this as being the best time to take the trade, 11 o'clock. I appreciate that, Scott. Thank you. Yeah, Stephen is killing it. This is a risky entry. My preference for these trades is to get the pullback to the 50 and then the continuation up. I personally don't like these counter trend trades, even though they do win on at times. This is a good one because we have a lot of resistance to the upside, right at about 76.70. I'll put my stop right above it and make it break that area in order to get my stop. So we're going to end it on this trade, and I hope that you'll come join me at 2 o'clock. If I don't get a chance to speak to you before the weekend, have a great weekend. I think in the near future we're going to have some real fireworks when they lower those interest rates, which I think they're going to have to do, they're starting to get some political pressure with the election season. And this past week, this sell-off. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. What's also nice about this ODP is it's not a one and done. You could pull in a loser and live to fight another day. But what I was saying was when they do lower the interest rates, which I think is going to be soon, it's just my opinion, and I think the market's going to have a big reaction. I'm hoping they overdo it, and they like lower it by a full point, which they won't, but or a half a point, three quarters of a point, a quarter point would be nice, but it's not going to be like a three quarters. But I think the market will really react strong. Here we go. Come on. Oh, I was wondering where the phone. Didn't hear the phone ring. I have it turned off in the other room. Here we go. ODP. Let's do it. Low volume, very low volume. It's trying, Scott. These trades are really exciting when you're in them for real, and you got your evaluation, that certificate. This one's starting to go in our direction here. Let's see if it can break the 50. The 50 is a big area of support. Uh-huh. Volume's picking up. About 450 contracts a minute.
Order submitted.
The retirement plan just jumped in. And we might be here through lunch.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
And you can see it's $100 a tick. We're trading 10 contracts on crude. Crude's $10 a tick. Times 10 contracts, $100 a tick. So we're up 11 ticks on the trade right here. I believe we've got a 15 tick trailing stop, if I remember correctly. Trying to get through the 50. Here we go. Got some selling pressure here. All right, we're at 1700. 18. It's pushing through. We're right at the 50. Looking to get into our profit window. If we get within 5 ticks of that profit target, you're going to see my stop fly down. That's when you could take a big sigh of relief. Little more. We're almost there. Now you can see the RSI line is pinned.
Order submitted.
Pinned down to the bottom. So one way you could play it is take profits now and look for the bounce back up. But, you know, we're in this deep. We might as well keep swimming.
Order submitted.
Bam. Got our stop. And you know what? I think it's going to prevent it from triggering long because of that area of resistance. All right. Well, it did get a profitable trade of 610. Now, but keep in mind our trailing threshold on a prop account. I think we were up a couple $1,000. So your trailing threshold moved up. Starts at 47.5. Might have went to 49.5. And your account would be at 50,610 minus commissions. So it's a good idea to trail those pretty tight. Once you get up a couple $1,000, trail those things, squeeze them pretty tight at that point. All right, everybody. I want to thank you for joining me. We'll just take a look at the leaderboard for today, and one last invitation to join me today at 2 o'clock. I owe you row to our members. I'm going to do screenshots before I leave and put them in that strategy collaboration channel. I'm just writing it on my notes. So the 2-minute, 50-day, 1-day pass scored again. That one and crude oil are the two strongest right now, right at about 50%. Crude oil and the NASDAQ 2-minute. NASDAQ 2-minute, crude oil, 1-day passes. Those are the ones that are hot right now. And then we had a pretty good diversity of strategies that were in the green. We had the retirement plan, Robert, one of his strategies. Rao, one of Robert's optimized strategies. Both trade the NASDAQ. The 20 Unarenko is back. Man, that's been a good one. With this with this volatility, that 20 Unarenko has been a really good addition. The black gold was up 270. The Dow drone 175. Retirement plan a nominal gain with the Dow Diamond crude oil, and that's pretty much how we summed it up for Friday. So again, I want to wish everybody a blessed weekend, and I'm going to drop that link one more time to join me today at 2 o'clock. Lee Goldstein of 10-Minute Trades will be going right after me. He's got a pretty cool strategy to trade the news. He likes those big bursts from the news reports. He has a bracket that will come on, and whether it pops up or down, you'll be in on the right side of the trade most of the time. And it automates the news trades. So I hope you'll join us today at 2. And if not, have a great weekend. God bless. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.